football because I want you to meet Joel Gamble. I met Joel last September, a graduate of Carver Vocational Technical High School in Baltimore. He played college football and some pro ball, arena football, and short stints with the Philadelphia Eagles and Cleveland Browns. His playing days behind him, Joel Gamble returned to Baltimore and started a foundation to help boys reach heights that once had been his dream. So we welcome Joel Gamble to Roughly Speaking. It's nice to see you again, Joel.
Yes, sir, Dan. Thanks for having me.
What's going on with the foundation? You got some things lined up?
Yeah, we have awesome experience coming up for the youth on April 4th, which is Monday when kids come back from spring break. They're going to actually participate in an NFL youth draft. Now don't quote me, but this might be the first time that this has ever happened in Baltimore City for youth, NFL style draft.
For a league that you're forming?
Yeah, so it's for a flag football league for the youth in West Baltimore. Right. So these kids
what's involved in that? Do they have to try out or something?
Well, they all signed up free of charge. The league is free. Only thing that people paid for is $25 for the NFL Play 60 jerseys that they will have. And these kids will have an opportunity to walk on stage and get called up by former NFL players.
Really?
The Ravens organization will be in attendance. They're sending out cheerleaders, sending out the mascot to this event. And it's going to be an awesome experience for these kids in Baltimore to actually come on stage and actually get a live NFL draft experience where they get their jerseys for this flag league. And I'm excited about it.
That's Monday night, April 4th at 6 p.m. at the Matthew Henson Elementary School in West Baltimore. So the Joel Gamble Foundation, this is another thing you're taking on, spring football.
Right, yeah.
Spring flag football.
Right.
But you're anticipating another summer camp?
It's another summer camp this year. This will be a second annual free camp for over 100 youth in Baltimore. Last year was a big success. Thanks to Omega Baltimore for opening up their doors at Easterwood Recreational Center. We were able to, bless over 100 youth in the city with, an opportunity to meet over 8 NFL players that came out. Guys like Tavon Mason, Jason Good, Jason Murphy. These are guys that actually live in Baltimore, that played in the NFL over a period of time. Raphael Cooper. These are guys that, are friends of mine, and they came out just to support the youth. They participated in some of the drills. These kids got a chance to get autographs from these guys. Willie Williams from the Pittsburgh Steelers. These are guys that came out just for the youth, and so it was a big, it was all love. It was a big event. It was the first experience for, West Baltimore to have that many NFL players in attendance at one camp, and it's free. People just donated, different things that we needed. There were some people that donated giveaways, NFL autographed footballs. We actually put together collages for the kids to get signed by these players that were in attendance. And so it was a great opportunity. Under Armour gave bags. We also, NFL Play 60 gave certificates. The eye black that I had on earlier that I was sporting, they gave that to all the kids. So it was definitely a great event, and I think everybody's looking forward to this year's as well.
Joel, you established the foundation with your own money?
Right. Yep.
And then you take contributions.
Yep.
So what do you use the money for? If someone listening may want to know, what do you do with the money?
As far as donations and sponsorships and things of that nature, we have programs such as the student athlete program that I started in Carver High School. So that's a program where it's 5 youth we took out of Carver High School. They went through a process.
That's your alma mater, by the way.
Right. So there you go. I'm coming back to my old school. So, they went through a process of a panel interview first, where they interviewed and were asked questions such as, where do they see themselves in 5 years? What do they think it takes to be successful? Things of that nature. And then we put them through a physical training testing with our trainer, Troy Jones of TZ Sports. He's actually the athletic coordinator in the Joel Gamble Foundation. And
he was your trainer,
right?
Too, right?
He was my trainer when I was in the NFL. And, awesome guy. He's trained guys like Kyle Fuller, guys that's in the NFL now, Brandon Copeland of the Detroit Lions. So he has, numerous guys in the NFL, numerous guys in Division I football and sports alone. So this is a great opportunity for some of these city kids that may not have the opportunity to get training like that. We target ninth graders, 9th and 10th right now we have. And what we do is take them throughout the course of their whole entire high school career. We provide tutoring for these young men. We provide athletic training, like I said, and we also will be providing this summer college visits and things of that nature. So these are athletes. These are football players.
Boys, girls. These are boys.
Boys first, and then eventually we will be bringing on board girls.
But you're thinking of these are boys who have some shot maybe of playing a sport in college.
Well, these are boys that
specifically football.
Right, specifically football for right now, and then we want to expand into other sports. But these are young men that were chosen by coaches, by the administration, and by the teachers that they saw potential in them and possibly could use that extra push, could use the mentorship, could use that motivation. And this is a great opportunity, yeah. And use money,
so eventually they get a scholarship from you?
Well, not at this moment.
No, but I mean, when they go to college.
Eventually, we would love to be able to provide that for them. But right now we're trying to get the opportunity through, them pushing themselves through the grades, them pushing themselves through their athletic ability, and then obviously down the line, if we're able to,
okay, so you haven't raised enough money for scholarships yet?
Not at this month.
Okay, you only formed the foundation, 2 years ago?
2014. Yep.
Yeah. So you give them mentorship, guidance, and encourage them, basically.
Right. We're going to follow through with these 5, and then in year 3, what we'll do is actually bring on board the girls. So, we're looking forward to that because, I'm pretty sure that the girls are chomping at the bit to get involved. I mean, these boys, since they've been in the program, they've had gotten the opportunity to get Under Armour gear. Under Armour has blessed them with, cleats, Cam Newton cleats, all types of gear.
On boys in Baltimore City, African-American boys are so far behind the girls who are going to college.
Right.
So there's a lot of catching up to do there.
Right.
You know that because you work in the school system, right?
Yeah, right. What I do is I'm a behavior interventionist. So I'll actually work with, students that have behavior issues.
Like what ages?
Throughout elementary school.
Okay.
And so I work at Berkshire Elementary, and that's in Dundalk.
Do you like that work?
It's a great job. I love working with kids. I love, helping kids become successful. And this is, obviously why I started the foundation, to see young men and women become successful in life. That's, it's an awesome feeling. And then once they're able to become successful, then the biggest thing is for them to see that, hey, we gave to them, so they need to in turn do the same thing. When they're successful, give back to other kids so that it becomes a cycle, and that everybody is helping everybody. And so I think that will create ultimate change in Baltimore when we're changing the lives of these young youth, and we're helping them become successful, and then they're in turn giving back and helping other youth become successful.
So your hope is to eventually raise enough money to provide scholarships to these kids.
Right.
Those 5 that you mentioned in the student athlete program.
Right.
It does cost you something now to run that program, right? The personal training that they get?
Right. So personal training alone is $2,000, and that's, a generous fee. That's $10 per kid each session.
So
obviously
they also get mentoring and tutoring?
Right. So they get tutoring and mentorship. We have speakers come in and speak to them. We just had NFL athlete Brandon Copeland of the Detroit Lions come in and speak to them. His testimony, about becoming successful. We have mentors come and speak to them. We also will be funding for these students to go to summer college football camps. We also provide that tutoring each Monday for students to actually, bring their grades up. And then we also provide college letters. So they're in the process of putting together letters. We have teachers that help out and volunteer with helping these students put together letters to the colleges that they want to attend. And so we're trying to give them
the way,
right, or showing them the path, trying to giving them a leg up on the other kids that just don't have any guidance. I mean, we just need this more in Baltimore to show these youth, the way and the path to success. Another program outside of the student athlete program, another program that we run is Youth Reading to Youth. And so this program entails high school students going into an elementary school and actually reading children's books to primary grades. And so this is a big hit with, obviously the elementary schools, because they get to see and hear from kids closer to their age, and they kind of get to interact with, these high school football players and high school athletes. We did it twice so far, and we did one session in Baltimore County with Patapsco High School coming into Berkshire Elementary School, and that was a big hit. And then we also did one in the city where Carver High School came into Matthew A. Henson Elementary School and read to the kids. So this is really big.
It's good stuff, Joel.
It's a great opportunity for the high school kids to give back to younger kids already, so they can understand that it's all about giving back to people that's in need and people that are younger than themselves.
This really floats your boat, huh?
Yeah, it's great. It's God's work. It's been laid on my heart, and it's just an awesome opportunity for me to use my platform and my faith, and and just be able to share with others, the path to success.
It's needed now more than ever.
Yeah,
I guess I met you. When did I meet you? September 2015. So that was some months after Freddie Gray and the rest of it.
Right. And I stayed quiet about that. I didn't want to be outspoken about anything after the riots, anything like that. I just wanted to just help out and do the work.
Do you feel more urgency about the work you're doing?
It's definitely a lot of urgency out. I walk around Baltimore City and I see a lot of the kids. They have nothing to do. They're looking for guidance. They need a path somewhere, somehow. And if we don't get these kids now off of the streets and give them an outlet and an opportunity to see success, I mean, we can't say anything when, these kids are lost.
And the strong male role model cannot be underestimated for his influence on young men and boys.
Right. I debate with a lot of men that's successful about whether or not they should leave Baltimore. For men and women, a lot of people become successful and they leave and forget that if everybody leaves that becomes successful, then what is Baltimore City going to have? Period. You can't look back and turn your back on where you came from and then talk about how bad it's become because you're positive, you're successful, then why not come back? It's not about giving money. It's about coming back and showing people the way to the success and helping others. And if everybody did that, then I think that, Baltimore City itself will be a better place.
True words I haven't heard on this podcast in a while.
Right.
I'm with you on that, Joel. Well, we wish you luck. Yeah. The Joel Gamble Foundation, you have a website.
Yeah.
It's called
if you go to
Joel Gamble Foundation.
The JoelGambleFoundation.org. You can find us there. You can find us on Facebook, the Joel Gamble Foundation. You can find us on IG, Instagram, Joel Gamble Foundation. And, we're doing some things with these youth in Baltimore, and we love to do what we do.
Joel's calling card is a photograph of himself in the Cleveland Browns uniform, the white uniform, on a sunny day, a football game, sunny day, number 87. And it says beneath that photograph, this is a great photograph.
Thanks.
A role model is not defined by social status nor monetary riches.
Nope.
A role model is defined by the sacrifices that you make helping others. That's your credo.
That's my quote, man. That's my quote. That's what I live by. It's not about, it's not about the money. It's not about status, but it's about giving back. And that's what, like I said, it causes a ripple effect, and it causes, others to give back to others. And it just causes like that cycle that we need, especially now in these times. When everybody's sitting back and complaining and placing blame and pointing fingers, it's more than ever needed for people to step up, start to give back, and for that cycle to start to happen.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
You can read more about Joel Gamble and the efforts of his foundation by following the links in the notes with this podcast. So that's it. What a show this was. I hope you enjoyed it. The producer of Roughly Speaking is Steve Early, and he's such a good guy. Does such a great job in the show. Thank you, Steve. Our music is composed by Jeff Truman of High Gravity Sound in Fells Point. I'm Dan Rodricks. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back with some new episodes next week.